Seems like Morgan Stanley is kind of right. Okay, Morgan Stanley says that commercial real estate prices could tumble 40%, rivaling declines from the '08 financial crisis. Now, this article came out in April 2023, which was almost a full year ago, because Morgan Stanley is saying that commercial office space is no longer the valuable investment as before. I mean, it used to be commercial real estate was an essential good for companies. Like if you have a startup, if you have a company, if you're working for anyone, they better have an office. But nowadays it feels like everyone is like going to the office maybe like 2 times a day, and companies are actually liking the fact that they're renting less space, saving more money, and hybrid work and remote work, the employees actually like it. Because who doesn't like to just work in their pajamas? And managers don't care. Like as long as you finish your work, they don't care whatever you're wearing, whatever you're doing. I mean, you could work on your bed if you want to. They don't care. Companies want to see improvements and they want to see results. And many companies are enjoying remote work. So why in the world will they buy residential and commercial properties, especially when these properties are extremely expensive, high maintenance fees, property taxes are still going up? So Morgan Stanley's like, you know what? Commercial real estate is done for, which they are right. Because if you check this out, even the FDIC is a little bit freaked out about this situation, because the annual FDIC review back in 23 topped $3 trillion, and they said that commercial real estate loans are still going up. Who in the world is making these commercial office buildings? Are developers crazy right now? But it seems like developers are still making humongous bets in terms of commercial real estate. These developers, not sure like if it's the water they're drinking, but a lot of these guys think commercial real estate is coming back. They're building office spaces at the fastest pace I've ever seen. We're seeing several projects, even in very dead cities, in development. I mean, you got office space in Seattle, all the San Francisco, all of the San Diego. They're still planning and trying to build more of these commercial office buildings when these buildings are literally selling for pennies on the dollar. And it frightens me to see this, all this debt, all this money they're dumping in. And who is financing these projects? Small regional banks. More importantly, about 300 to 500 small regional banks have their whole entire basket full of bad commercial real estate loans. Look at this. Chicago Tower sells at a massive discount. Okay, this building is pretty massive, 12 stories, good retail space, corner unit. It kind of takes out like a whole entire block. How much money do you think this building sold for? 10 million, 20 million, 30 million? $4 million. And they still have a 50% occupancy rate. It's not like there's zero tenants. There's still some tenants in the building. The mere fact that it sold for $4 million is a testament to how bad commercial real estate is. Guys, I don't know about you, but if you go to like Monaco and buy like a $4 million apartment, you're getting probably like 800 square footage of space. You go to $4 million to Singapore, you're probably getting something like 1,500 square feet. Not like a 250,000 square footage of office space in the center of Chicago. And that shows you how bad the real estate market is. And Morgan Stanley is warning, a lot of these real estate prices are declining, and they hit right on the spot because many of these buildings are literally selling for pennies on the dollar. And it's getting kind of frightening when you have iconic buildings like these. The former AT&T Tower in downtown St. Louis. If you live in St. Louis, this building should be a landmark building. And this office tower has been vacant for a very long time. The problem with a lot of these American cities is these American cities kind of suck. In fact, most companies and most people rather live outside the cities or smaller places. I mean, if you look at Cincinnati, Columbus, Ohio, San Francisco, and St. Louis, for example, the downtowns are always super lousy. The suburbs and the surrounding towns and smaller cities are generally where all the money is going towards. So a lot of these buildings are getting more empty than ever before, and they're only going to get worse, guys. Unlike other cities in like East Asia, for example, where the closer you get to downtown, the more expensive and the more prestigious it gets. For some reason, in many U.S. cities, like the downtown regions are pretty lousy and they're pretty bad. This is also causing a lot of frantic building going outside of the city center, and they're pretty much just building out. I mean, there's still a lot of office buildings being built in a lot of these suburban areas and smaller cities outside the main city, And this is what's causing this panic, right? What about the remaining skyscrapers? What about all of these skyscrapers in the center of like downtown Seattle, for example? Are people really not buying these? Because they're really not. And some of these auctions and the starting bids are so low, it really makes you wonder. Like, they have to be extremely desperate to sell these buildings. So thanks for watching, guys. Comment below and check out the private Discord server, guys. 7-day free trial, and we're doing lots of really amazing trades. So trade with us, guys, and make some money with us. See you later.